And hello once again, freshmen. Super Sub, if you could please hand out these 6.8 geometric sequence notes. This is the last of our 3 days of material that will not be quizzed. However, everything like the homework, it's all due and it's going to be put together as a quiz score, okay? So, you know, maybe a smaller quiz score, but it's still going to be put together as a quiz score. So make sure that you're doing it. We'll put all 3 grades together and put it in. Well, at least I'm going to put it in as one lump grade, okay? So make sure that you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, following along, trying, not crying, and you will do just great. Oh my goodness. This is a little cray-cray today, all right? Just get ready for it. It's a little different. That's all I have to say about this. This is a little different. But if you can multiply or divide, you're going to be good, okay? So this is Friday. What is this? This is algebra, but today's date is March 1st. Looky there. Way to go. Okay, here we go. Geometric sequence is just numbers getting bigger or smaller by multiplying or dividing, okay? Numbers getting bigger or smaller by multiplying or dividing, okay? And the common ratio is the number you're multiplying or dividing by, okay? So that is geometric sequence. The numbers getting bigger, it's just numbers getting bigger or smaller by multiplying or dividing. And the common ratio is the number, the actual number that you're multiplying or dividing by. Okay, let me show you some very basic ones. Okay, this says determine whether the following represents geometric sequences. If yes, identify the common ratio. If yes, identify the common ratio. Here we go. All right. To get from 2 to 10, you multiply by 5, right? Oh, I wish my ink was smaller. To get from 5 to 10, you multiply by 5. Do you get that? Or sorry, to get from 10 to 50, you multiply by 5. To get from 50 to 250, that's right, 250, you're multiplying by 5. That looks terrible. I need a thinner pen and mucho smaller. So that means, is it a common ratio? Yes. And the ratio is 5. Oh, well, that was easy. Okay, now I need to bust out a calculator. I don't like that 135, but let's go down to the smaller numbers because I can do this in my head. Here, I'm dividing by 3, right? Here, believe it or not, I'm dividing by 3. Just got to trust me. And if I punch that in my calculator, 135 divided by 45, I'm dividing by 3. So I started with the small numbers. So is this one? Yes. But for the ratio, you can't say 3 because we're not multiplying by 3, we're dividing by 3. So we're really multiplying by 1/3. Okay, so anytime it's a division, you have to put a 1 on top of it because when you're dividing, when you figure out what you're dividing by, you're really multiplying by that, you know, the flippy flip of that. The reciprocal. Okay, next one. From 6 to 18, you multiply by 3, right? From 18 to 24, I don't know what that is. Yikes. So this is a no. I know it's not 3 because 18 times 3 is 54. That's just crazy. Okay, next one. Here, I multiply by -2. Here, ooh, look at that. I multiply by -2. Here, I multiply by, you guessed it, -2. So this is yes, and R is -2. Okay, the numbers were getting bigger. Now the numbers are getting smaller again. Okay, the numbers are getting smaller. So when the numbers are getting smaller, I like to deal with this side first. To go from here to there, I divide by -2, right? How about from here to there? Oh, yeah, -2. How about from here to there? Oh, yeah, -2. -2. So, yes, but since we're dividing by -2, we have to say that the ratio is -1/2, okay? Because when the numbers are getting smaller, yes, you're dividing, but you're really multiplying by the reciprocal. All right, last one of these. Let's see if we can do this one in our head. I multiply by 4. Let's try it on my calculator. 36 times 4. Oh, yeah, that worked. Let's try this on my calculator. 144 times 4. You know it. It was 4. So this guy is a yes, and R is 4. Okay? You're only allowed to add I'm sorry, you're only allowed to multiply or divide. You're not allowed to add or subtract. Okay? Do you have that? Okay. Sometimes they may ask you to provide the next 3 terms. We don't even have to determine if it's a geometric sequence. It is a geometric sequence right here because it says it is. Okay? So I'm going to multiply by -3. I'm going to multiply by -3. I'm going to multiply by -3. And I'm going to get -189. Really? Yeah. I'm going to multiply by -3. And I'm going to get 567. Huh. I'm going to multiply by -3. And I'm going to get -1701. I just used up all the room there for that one, didn't I? Bummer. Okay, let's go to number 9 because I messed up number 8. Okay, on this one, I'm dividing by 2. I'm dividing by 2. I'm dividing by 2. I'm dividing by 2. And wait for it. I'm dividing by 2. There you go. And when I say dividing by 2, really, you know that I mean I'm multiplying by a half. Dividing by 2 and multiplying by a half. Same thing. Class is only 40 minutes long today, and that's why I just cannot mess around because, dang, we got some stuff to do. We haven't even come up with the formula yet. The geometric sequence formula. I just ruined it. Okay, here we go. So that's an A, not a 9. Dang it. Just ruined it. That's an A. Okay, A sub n, don't worry about that. I know it looks weird, is A sub 1 times R, that's the ratio, to the n minus 1. Okay, this isn't that crazy. Trust me, just trust me, okay? Write the rule for the nth term and then find that. Okay, so this means first term. That means first term. Do you get that? Okay. This is still the rate. Sorry, this is still the ratio. My bad. I was thinking of, never mind. That's still ratio. And then n is the term you're looking for. My handwriting on a Friday is looking sweet. Wow. Okay. I hope that you have that. Here goes. Do not freak out. Okay. Remember, this stuff is new and weird. We are not quizzing on it. You have to learn it for a day and an assignment. Okay. All right. Write the rule for the nth term, then find a sub 7. All that means is find the 7th term. That's all that means. Find the 7th one. Okay, you ready? From 3 to 9, you multiply by 3, right? From 9 to 27, you multiply by 3. Okay, so R is 3. All right, so here we go. So it would be A sub n is the first term, 3. This is a terrible example. Times the ratio, 3 to the n minus 1. So if I want to find the 7th term, I would do 3 times 3 to the 7 minus 1, which is going to be 3 times 3 to the 6. But I have to bust out my yellow calculator, and I have to find that. I really have to find what 3 to the 6th is. Okay, you have to be careful putting this in your calculator. So I'm just clearing out all my answers from yesterday. Yikes. Okay, there we go. Second, off, on. There, that cleared it. That was easy. All right, if I do 3 to the 6th, I get a really big number. So this is 3 times 729. If I multiply that together, I get 2187. 2187. Okay? All right, let's try another one. Hopefully this one's better than that one because that was terrible. Okay, what do I multiply to get here? Oh yeah, -5. What do I multiply to get here? Oh yeah, -5. All right, so R is -5. All right, what's the first term? So it's going to be A sub n is going to be the first term, -4. I'll put it in parentheses, times R, which is -5. I'll put it in parentheses, to the n minus 1. And then it says find the 7th term. So the 7th term is going to be -4 times -5 to the 7 minus 1. So it's going to be -4 times -5 to the 6th. But if I do -5 to the 6th, make sure you're using parentheses, please. You get 15,625. So it's -4 times 15,625. 15,625. But that is a grande number. Oh, I hope it fits. Here we go. That's a grande number of 62,500. 62,500. That is the 7th term. Okay, so anything that's growing like this, you can figure out the 7th term. Instead of writing out all the terms in between, you can just use this formula and figure out the 7th term. Okay, to the backmobile. I hope that was not too bad for you. That took a long time. Gosh. Okay, oh, that looks sweet. Okay, so sorry. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so that's what it looked like. We just finished that. Oh, yikes. There we go. That's what it looked like. Okay, I think everybody should be able to kind of grasp this concept. Let's go to the back and see what's back there. Yikes, there's more of the fun problems. Okay, maybe let's just do the let's just do some select problems. Okay, um, we need to do number 13 and 14. Let's do 13, 14, and 17 on the back, okay? And then we, so long as you guys are staying focused, we can actually even work on the assignment together, okay? Like I'll help you get it set up, but then you're gonna have to do the number crunching. Here we go. Okay, so what numbers did I just say? I can't hear you. Ha ha! Ha ha ha! I think I said let's do 13, 14, and then let's do 17, 13, 14, and why did that just not work? There we go. And 17, okay? Oh, that was not good at all. 13, 14, and 17 on the back. Here we go. What in the Jack Russell Terrier is going on? There we go. Okay, the numbers are getting smaller on number 13. Okay, so I got to use a little caution here. I'm dividing by 2, right? And I'm dividing by 2. Okay, that means that R is 1/2. Since the numbers are getting smaller, you can't just say 2, the ratio is 2, because that would be the numbers are getting bigger. So you do the reciprocal. It's like what you're dividing by, 1 over that. I really hope this one makes a lot more sense because the first two are a little not that great. Okay, so here we go. The nth term, so it just means whichever term you're looking for, is the first term, 400, times r to the n minus 1. It's just that easy, okay? I think this one makes so much more sense because it's obvious. The 400 goes there, the first term. The r goes there. I'd like to put it in parentheses. And then it's n minus 1. So we're still looking for the 7th term. So it's going to be 400 times 1/2, and then that's 7 minus 1. But that's 400 times 1/2 to the 6. Oh, okay. Crank that baby out in my calculator. If I do 400 times 1/2 to the 6, make sure you're using parentheses, please. You should get 6.25. Okay, I'm not waiting for everybody to, oh, let me try doing that. Not yet, okay? Not yet. Because I know that we still have, like we're halfway through class and we're not even finished with the notes yet. Okay, next one. Sorry, I know we're a little rushed, but class is shorter today. I did like yesterday's lesson. This lesson is, I don't know, it's not too bad. Here we go. Multiply by 5, multiply by 5. That means that R is 5. Okay, here we go. To find the nth term, any term, you take the first term, which is 1, and then in parentheses, you put the R, and then n minus 1. Okay, so to find the 7th term, you take the first term times R, which is 5, to the 7 minus 1. So it's going to be, the 7th term is going to be 1 times 5 to the 6. And if I punch in 1 times 5 to the 6, I get a grande number, 15,625. I am drinking a grande Caramelicious from Scooters right now. That's where the energy came from this morning for me when Miss Huff said, hey, hey. I'm like, yo, what's up? And it's like, hey, I'm still sick. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I will definitely make a video. No problemo at all. Let's do this one in red. Okay, so I know you're getting this, but let's do one more. Okay, I'm going to multiply by -2. Do, 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 do. And I'm going to multiply by -2. Do, 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 do. Which means that r is -2. Okay, so here we go. To find any term, you're going to take the first term times the ratio, which is -2, to the n-1. Hold, please. So now I have to find the seventh term, which would be 6 times -2 to the 7 minus 1. Okay, let me scroll, scroll, scroll. So that's going to be 6 times -2 to the 6. And that is a grande number, 384. Okay, the bell's going to ring for everybody to be in the hallway. I'm going to pause the video and come back in about 10 minutes. And I'm back. Don't worry. It's only 10 minutes that passed. But that was number 17. We're done with that. We are done with our notes. Now, Super Sub, could you please hand out, the paper that looks like that? At the top, it says 6.8 homework. At the top, it says 6.8 homework. If you could hand that out. Everybody, all y'all freshmen, if you do not have a calculator, you want to get one right now as she is handing that out. Got it? Good. I would love, love, love for you to not have weekend homework. Wouldn't you love, love, love that too? Then I need you to stay focused, gosh, just for a little while longer, okay? You are going to be cranking out some of these problems, and we are going to rock some of these and just get them done, okay? So on this, let's see. Let's not do that. Okay, so let's do 2, 4, and 6 to start with. Are you ready? Okay. If I go from 5 to 10, I'm multiplying by 2. Okay? If I go from 10 to 15, am I multiplying by 2? No. That's a question mark. This dude's a no. Stay focused. I hope you have your paper. All right, next one. I'm going to multiply this by -4. I'm going to multiply this by, -4. I'm going to multiply this by, I'm just punching it in my calculator, -4. Is that puppy geometric? Why, yes, it is. And r is -4. Okay, now, when these numbers get smaller, I know that r is going to be a fraction, okay? Because we're going to be dividing. So on this one, bloop, to go from 25 to 5, I had to divide by 5. I hope you understand that. To go from 125 to 25, I had to divide by 5. And punch that baby in your calculator. To go from 625 to 125, you divide by 5. So, is that geometric? Heck yeah. This is like Blue's Clues. What is R? What would R be? And the answer is not 5. What is R? Waiting, waiting. Did you say 1/5? Yay! There you go. Okay. Scroll down. Miss Huff is going to be so impressed that you got these all worked out. Let's do 7. Let's do 10. And let's do 12. So let's do 7, 10, and 12. Find the next 3 terms of each geometric sequence. We are not using the formula. We are just figuring out R and then just doing the next 3 in our calculator. Okay, so multiply by 2. Multiply by 2. You find the next 3. And then the screen just, kind of stays. Can you find the next 3? Hint, you should multiply by 2 each time. Use your calculator and find the next 3 terms. While I drink my coffee. Did you have 32? Yay. Did you also have 64? Yay. Did you also have 128? Yay. There you go. Okay, next one. Look at number 10. How do you go from 3 to 15? Did you say multiply by 5? How do you go from 15 to 75? Did you say multiply by 5? So did I. So on number 10, crank out these answers. Multiply by 5, multiply by 5, multiply by 5. Next one. I'm running out of time. Okay, this number's getting bigger. Multiply by 4. This number's getting, well, the number's getting bigger, but it's negative. Multiply by 4. So technically it's getting smaller. But we're still just multiplying by 4. Okay, so on number 10, multiply by 5s. On number 12, multiply by 4s. I am not writing down those answers because if you can't take 75 times 5 and then times 5 and then times 5, and if you can't take negative 80 times 4 and then times 4 and then times 4, you deserve to get 10 and 12 wrong. You have a calculator on your desk. Do it. Do it. Okay. Let's do some of these. All right. Okay, this is what it's building up to. This is what we've been building up to. Now it says find the 9th term. Okay? That just means 9th term. Okay, we can do that. Write an equation to find the nth term. That just means any term. And then find the 9th term. Okay, let's do it. Here we go. First of all, you have to figure out how you go from 5 to 20 to 80. Did you say multiply by 4 and multiply by 4? So did I. So then everybody should write R equals 4. That's an R. It's like a pirate problem. R. R is 4. Okay, so R is 4. So then the nth term, any term, wow, the nth term is going to be the first term times R to the n minus 1 to the n to the n to the n. And then we're going to find the 9th term. So it's going to be 5 to the, or 5 times 4 to the 8th. I'm not going to do it. You're going to do that. Number 14. Did you say that you multiply this by 5? Uh-oh, how about -5? Did you say that you multiplied this by -5? So did I. So that means, everybody, on number 14, that R is -5. Okay, so that means the nth term is going to be the first term. I'm going to throw that baby in parentheses because it's negative, times R, I'm going to put that in parentheses, to the n minus 1. And then it's going to say, find the 9th term. Well, the 9th term is going to be the first term times R to the 8th, because it's 9 minus 1. I'm just skipping a little step there. Okay? Do you get that? Really? That number is ridiculous. That was just ridiculous. Let's do number 16. Skip this one. Those numbers are too big. I can't do that in my head. Okay, here we go. Next one. Number 16. What color can I use next? How about blue? Here we go. That was Blue's Clues. Multiply by -3. Multiply by -3. That means R is -3. Okay, that's cool. So then the nth term for any term is going to be the first term, 6, and then R to the n minus 1. So to find the 9th term, we're going to take the first term times R to the 8th, because it's 9 minus 1. And you're going to figure out that value. By the way, BTW, number 14 is a really big negative number, like a really big negative number. Like I wish, yeah. And number 13 is a really big positive number, like in the 100 or the 300,000 range, right? It's a really big number. That's how fast those numbers get, like big. Okay? All right. Would it surprise anybody that I know that 768 divided by 2 is 384? Does that surprise any of you? Okay, so this is multiplying, or I'm sorry, this is dividing by 2. And this is dividing by 2. Okay, both of those are dividing by 2. Gosh, we got to finish this soon. All right, so that means that R is 2. No, it isn't. The numbers are getting smaller. R is 1/2. Look at that, I just caught myself almost making a mistake. But sometimes I like to almost make a mistake just to make you guys feel better. Okay, so, so the nth term would be the first term times R to the n minus 1. So that means that the 9th term is going to be the first term times R to the 8th, to the 8th, to the 8th, to the 8th. Okay, and then I'm not going to do those, so everything else is done. Once you figure out the answers to 13, 14, 16, and 17, you are done with the worksheet. You're going to go back up to the top, make sure that your name's on it, and then you're just going to pass up the homework, okay? So you're just going to pass up the homework paper that we just finished. We just did number 17. You're putting it on your calculator. You're going to put away your calculators. You're going to pass up your worksheet. Super Sub is going to collect all of those and put them in some nice little neat stack. And now, even though class is, gosh, only got 5 minutes, at least you do not have weekend homework. We have gone for 35 minutes, and I say, good day.